What's good, y'all? Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. I'm on First Take. Stephen A. He's talking about the Mavs. Why the Mavs got Kyrie? That's a good question. Right when that trade happened, that was my first thought. I don't think Kyrie and Luka would work. That's almost as bad as Luka and Westbrook, in my opinion. I think that Kyrie is just a cleaned up and more skilled Westbrook, if that makes sense. You see a lot more finesse with Kyrie than you see with Russ, but they damn near play the same thing. They are very ball dominant, volume shooter point guards. They will shoot the ball. They are not afraid to shoot the ball, and they will give you a lot of highlight plays. And I think and I've said this on multiple basketball videos already. I think highlight plays are very important to role players, because that will, that'll get you amped up. So usually when you do have a highlight reel style player, it overall helps out the team chemistry already. So there's that. I think those two have a lot in common. But I also knew that adding Kyrie and Luka together, that is not going to work. They're both ball dominant guards. They both need the ball to score. I think Kyrie does a little bit better off the ball than Luka, but I've seen Luka stand around quite a bit on offense. And we'll talk about defense later down the line, but I just want to give you my thoughts real quick. I don't think you should blame Kyrie for this at all. Luka wanted a scorer on the team, and they got him. And I think it could have worked if Luka was willing to be that more pass first guy and let Kyrie be the scorer. I think that could have worked maybe. But without having a solid bench, without having anyone else who is a consistent scorer, you lost Brunson, and he's playing out of his mind. Spencer Dinwiddie, cheaper, and plays both sides of the ball, than Kyrie, as well as that other person as I trade. I can't even think of the name, but I did feel like Dallas had a solid squad prior to having Kyrie. Now, of course, that they could have used some help by having a little bit more scoring, but I don't think Kyrie was who you wanted to trade for. I could have saw KD work a little bit better, but I don't think they had the assets for KD. So yeah, so let's go ahead and see what Stephen A has to say. And then I do want to talk about Luka's defensive problem. I think that's mostly and has always been the issue with the Mavs. They don't play defense or care to play defense, and I don't think you can win anything, let alone championships, and be a threat in the playoffs if you can't play defense. Last year they got away with it. I think that the Suns took their foot off the gas and it let the Mavs sneak up, but they're the 11th seed right now, and I don't have faith in them making it to the playoffs at all. But let's go ahead and see what Stephen A has to say.
That's why it's important to point out this, because we've seen him have a direct negative impact in other situations. That's not the case here. You're looking at Luka. Luka's giving press conferences, man. He's looking depressed all season long. He just looks.
And just real quick, I hated that Luka said that he missed Brunson. If I was Kyrie, then I probably would have took that away. I'm just like, bro, you chose me. You wanted a scorer. There's not many better scorers than Kyrie. Luka, you're gonna have to adjust how you play. You knew who you were gonna get. You knew what type of scorer, what type of player that you were going to get. So you have to adjust. If you are the leader of this team, we've seen Steph Curry do it. We've seen LeBron do it, and he's currently doing it, taking a hit to his point totals for the betterment of scoring for the team by giving the ball to Anthony Davis. Luka, you should be giving the ball to Kyrie. You should be taking less shots now. If you want to score and you want him to do what he does well, give him the ball and get the hell out of the way. That is what you should be preparing to do. You should be preparing to get a lot more set jump shots because Kyrie will get into the paint. You should be preparing to move off the ball as well, knowing that Kyrie can handle the ball. And if you're gonna stand there, then why not learn a good little a good little fake and back cut move? Why don't you learn that? So you knew who you were going to get. You knew what type of player Kyrie Irving is. So you have to adjust if this is going to work. That is the role of the superstar sometimes. We saw Steph Curry take a point total hit when KD joined the team. But they won 2 championships. And then once KD left, you saw Steph elevate his scoring again, and they won another championship. So I'm going to hold that same stance and accountability to Luka. I think he has to realize he has to take a hit for Kyrie to be Kyrie. A lot of players don't want to do that, and I don't blame them, but you knew who you were getting. Dallas knew who they were getting. They should have been prepared, Luka. They should have been talked to the team and been like, okay, we're adding a bona fide scorer on the team. This is how we're going to change things. I think that's how it should have gone.
It's like it's stuff going on off the court that's affecting him. Now, it doesn't affect his numbers, but it affects his ability to galvanize and lead. And that's why when the Kyrie Irving trade took place, you had everybody saying, we're going to find out about Luka. Mm-hmm. The reason why they were saying we're going to find out about Luka is because Luka was the one clamoring for an additional offensive weapon to play alongside him, because when he'd leave a game, they'd fall apart, and he needed somebody that could put the ball in the hole. So the pressure wasn't all on him. Well, they went and got a guy in Kyrie Irving that's giving you 26, 27 a night.
Easily.
Better than 45%, better than 50% shooting for the Dallas Mavericks, and clearly scoring for you in the fourth quarter. But what happened is you had to give up something to get him. And you gave up individuals that could produce for you defensively. But the biggest thing also was that you wouldn't have had to do any of that. What's wrong with knocking on the door to the conference finals? Luka, 24 years old. Jalen Brunson ain't some senior citizen. You were in the Western Conference Finals last year. Why mess with that at all? Why not try to tweak it just a little bit? Why did you lose Jalen Brunson?
I personally think that Dallas got scared, and they noticed that they needed something in Dallas. So I think that's why they jumped on the Kyrie trade. I don't think it was a good trade at all. I don't think Dallas needed someone like that on their team. Because it is going to affect Luka. I don't think when you add another strong personality to a quote unquote strong personality, I think that obviously the stronger, either the actually, let me just go ahead and rephrase this. You added Kyrie to Luka's team. It's supposed to be Luka's team, but I feel like there is it Luka's team? Is it Kyrie's team? Kyrie is the closer, so you would want to defer to him, but it was supposed to be Luka's team, and he's not even playing defense. So it's hard to really, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. I lost my train of thought, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. Luka, your job was to lead this team. You were supposed to be the leader. You can get Kyrie involved. I think easier than Kyrie can get you involved, if that makes sense. I think you have the ability to be a great playmaker. He reminds me of James Harden to a certain extent by almost doing everything on the court offensively, and then just forgetting that you gotta play both sides. I saw that he did an interview, and someone asked him about his defense, and he said that is something that he needs to work on. And I'm just saying that you should have known that this was going to happen when you picked up Kyrie. you lost a lot of your defensive players, so this was your job to pick up that slack and let Kyrie play. That's pretty much what I'm saying. But that's pretty much everything. Go ahead and check out the links below. I post a lot of questions on TikTok just about who's winning tonight or who would you rather have, just that type of stuff. So go ahead and check that out. And I also got the gaming channel link below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.